Alrighty, are we live? We live? Looks live. Watch out, world. Maybe. Why have I got no? There we go. Look at that. We are live. My chat is not working. Why is my chat not working? We can fix that. Take that, and then we go here. Right, and then this one. Oops. That. There we go, and that's chat for there. Alright, cool. I am still working on my Mutalith Vortex beast. I have done some work off stream, which obviously I recorded for my video, which we'll get to at some point. Hopefully, eventually, if I ever get this thing finished. This time of year is horrible. Where is the thumb on my glove? There it is. So, off stream, I finished the greens. Can we see that? I finished the green. For the most part, when I put the thingy part on, the weird vortex part, wherever it is, I put it in here somewhere. There it is, buried under other projects, of course it is. So, when I paint this and put it on, I'm probably going to need to do some OSL on the green. But we will worry about that down the road. I just wanted to finish the green as it is for now. Stupid demon prints. I've also done the highlighting on the pink. I think I don't have a whole lot to do left for this, and then it'll be obviously the other part. So today, I'm going to work on this weird gooey saliva stuff. And I think that's where we're going to go. Let me move my mic. Hopefully this doesn't deafen people too much. There we go. Yeah, so I think we work on the saliva stuff. And then it'll just be all the horns and stuff. And spikes and everything, which will be cool. So we're actually fairly close to finishing. Now, I do have no idea how I want to do the salivary gooey shit. So, we're going to work through this together, I think. Hey, Mole Man. Thanks for joining. Yeah, how do we do? I guess if I start from like a blue, maybe? What do I have? I think I'll start from a turquoise. That might be a bit too bright. Where's this dust coming from, for fuck's sake? What do I got here? Wolf grey? No. Maybe. Alright. Let's try. Start from a bright sapphire, maybe. I want more of a. So obviously, I'm going to go up to white, but it's like, what color do I want the deepest parts of it to be? Is the question. I really should have thought of this before I started the stream, eh? At this rate, the stream's just going to be me trying to decide what color to use. Really need to dust my paint. You know what? I think I'm going to work up through the turquoises. So, new plan, hide your turquoise. Start from that. Get my paint set down. My brushes even. Alright, let's actually get some painting done rather than sitting here deciding on paint colours. So, Hydro Turquoise, we'll start with that and see how it goes. I think a size 1 will do fine. What's on your painting desk at the moment, mole man? Anything interesting you're working on? So I'm just going to block in all of the slavery stuff. Now I do need to remember there's some on the tail. I do expect this to be a reasonably long step. Just because it's lots of little detail that you got to go around and pick up. I'm just going to work on them one at a time. Find a saliva thing. Zangors. I actually, honestly, have not painted Zangors. Which is wild, because I play Disciples of Zinch in AOS. But I play Pure Demons. And I don't know, I don't like Zangors that much. I know at some point I'm going to have to paint them, but yeah, I don't know. I keep putting it off. I have cultists that I use instead for, like, you know, because since they basically fill the same sort of role. Even then, I didn't use normal cultists. I used the Delicu gang from Necromunda because they look way more like Zinchi cultists than the normal Chaos cultists do. Put my hand over here a bit. Hopefully, you guys can see that a bit better. I think I just made a mistake. Did I? I did. Yeah, Cypher Lords are cool. I painted them what's it called? The Underworld's warband for them. Painted them ages ago. I really enjoyed them. Is it Underworlds? Or no, Warcry. Yeah, Warcry. Yeah, Cypher Lords are cool. I wish one, the Warcry warband was easy to get. And two, it had more models because that would have been awesome to use for cultists instead. But I think the Delicu game worked well. I think that's one of the cool things about, like, not just Thousand Suns, but Zinch and any demons, like, or any chaos army, I guess, is the kit bash. Potentially so fun. Which is an interesting draw for me because I am not good at kit bashing. And honestly, I don't even really enjoy building the models. I like painting and playing. Have you done the warband? How's it come out? Any more on that tentacle? Doesn't look like it. I have a unit of Lion here that I built that I haven't painted yet. Mostly because they just I had to pull them out of my 1,000 point list when we got the last point changes. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I think a big part of it for me is that it just feels like we're being Zangors are in like everything. You can't get like a Thousand Suns box without Zangors in it. For I don't know how many years now, it's felt like that. It just annoys me. But I do know at some point I need to paint them or come up with a kit bash idea for them. Yeah, I get that. The, I haven't gotten a video out for like a month just because of work and like this time of year and that. The only reason I'm actually able to paint tonight and get this stream in is because my friend who I was meant to be catching up with is sick. So oh, finally I can get some painting done. And then tomorrow night I have work Christmas party that I've got to go to. And then Sunday I'll be way too hungover to do anything. And then Monday it's back to work. But next week's my last week of work, and then I have 3 weeks holidays. So I need to get a lot of painting done in that time because first week of January, yeah, my mates are coming over. Um, my Thousand Sons are part of like a slow grow thing with some mates, interstate mates, and that. Well, I say interstate, but only one of them's interstate now. The other one recently moved to Adelaide. But yeah, so I need to have my 1,000 points ready for first week of January, which I'm not far off of. Oh yeah, sure, man. Drop a link. Um, Probably won't be able to bring it up on stream because I don't think I have a scene for a browser at the moment because I am bad at this streaming business. But drop a link and I am keen to have a look. And if the link's in the chat, anyone else can have a look too, so that'll be good. It's a really awkward thing to paint while like trying to keep what I'm actually working on camera and in focus for you guys. Like when it's the outside stuff, it's easy, but then when I'm doing in there, I just don't think it's possible. Another thing is I don't know how delayed my stream is, so when I'm responding to you, I don't know how far away it is from your chat. Well, bloody my humidifier on. It is. My humidifier is on, but I'm still having issues with my paint drying out on my palette here. Even with it being a wet palette. Yeah, I get the brush in there. I can, not with great control, but how about for that part? I can. Woo. I'm doing lava basing for my Thousand Suns, which I'm pretty happy with, but are you able to post links in the chat? Is it letting you? Or is it being weird? I've never had anyone, as far as I know, try to post links in the chat, so I'm not sure if it's going to let you. Hopefully it will, because I'm keen to check them out, if you can. Do you post on Reddit? There's a possibility if you post in the Thousand Suns Reddit. I've already seen them, but definitely keen to check them out. Where are we up to? Yeah. I posted it before. Why can't I see a link then? Give me a minute. Can't see a link. I don't see a link for some reason. I can't see if there's a place where I can like approve it. Um, hmm. Yeah, I'm just looking at the settings at the moment, trying to find if there's somewhere I can like allow links or something. Saying URLs sent in live chat are blocked. Okay. There's not a setting to allow that? All I'm seeing is something saying that URLs sent in live chat are blocked, but there's nowhere to allow. Um, I don't know. That's a pain. So I can allow links on comments, but I can't allow links on live chat for some reason. That's really annoying. I'm not sure how to change that. Maybe I need to like start a Discord or something so people can share links to me. Yeah, it is odd. It's I guess it's so people can't like promote their own channels or whatever when people are streaming, but it's it's weird that I don't get a choice. Right, there's no option for me to turn it on. I can understand it being turned off by default, but no option to turn it on is weird. And the fact that I can't see the link, like I could also see it if you post a link and I need to approve it, right? Before it's shown publicly or something. That would make sense too. But I can't even see it and there's nowhere for me to see it to approve it or anything. It's weird. Annoying. I was looking forward to seeing your Bengals. Yeah, it so from what I could see there, it just default blocks them, so but it won't tell you it's blocked. That's a normal thing with comments as well, right? So if you if I had like a block word list or something for my comment posts, you would see your post still commented, but no one else would. Oh, yeah, annoying. I'm really having trouble keeping my paint wet here. maybe I'll look into starting a Discord or something that people can post links in. I haven't even thought about it before now because, well, I have like, what, 250 subscribers. I didn't think it would be very popular or worth it, but now I'm sort of wishing I did so I could see his angles. I'm gonna have to touch up some of that. This isn't taking as long as I thought it would. There's not much left. Just in there and there, I think. Definitely thought this would take longer, and the stuff on the tails was kept well, obviously. But, and then from then on, the rest of it's quick anyway, right? Once you do the initial blocking in, all the highlighting, and everything's way easier. I probably shouldn't headbutt my camera though. Make people seasick. So do you have a 2,000 point, 1,000 point army, 1,000 Suns army, or you're still working on it? I'm currently still working on my 1,000 points, personally. You're working on. That's cool. Do you play any other armies, or is 1,000 Suns your only army? No, I don't have a name for mine yet. I know I should come up with one eventually, but yeah, I don't know. I struggle with naming things. My dogs were like unnamed for a month because I couldn't pick of a name for them. Oh, did I really just do that? That's right, we got it cleaned off. Um, yeah, and I keep thinking I need to like spend some time looking into the lore and see if there's any if any of the thrall bands are purple. Not that I'd name it, after one of the actual thrall bands from lore, but I could do like a breakaway chapter or something. But yeah, no name for mine at the moment. But Broken Lords is cool. Are you doing yours traditional colours, or are you doing purple, red? What are you going with? I'm not overly happy with this pinkish purple either. I think I need to go brighter. But I'm gonna wait until I finish doing the goo and saliva and see how I feel after that. Alrighty. Get the stuff on the tails. Is there none? There's none on the tail. I thought there was on the tail. I have just realised that I didn't highlight the tongues on the tail when I did the highlighting on the front part. I really thought there was some on the tail. There is not, but I do need to highlight the tail at some point. Ooh, a green warband. That sounds nice. I never even thought of doing them green. That'd look awesome. I mean, I'm very happy with my purple ones, but green would be cool. I mean, the reason I'm doing my MVB green is because I just wanted something wanted it to stand out against my purple. But yeah, that against gold would be really nice. And then you can be all like, it's an Australian warband, right? Green and gold. Yeah, I wish you could do. You know what you should do? Go to one of my videos and see if you can drop a link in one of the comments. And then let me know and I'll have a look. If you want to, of course. You don't have to, but that could work. I really hope that's not too loud when I'm doing the paint mixing. So next is Marine Mist. We'll start doing some highlighting. Hopefully this doesn't dry out so quick. I'll be back in a minute. My dogs are barking at something. One moment. I'm back. Is my mic back on? It is back on. Cool. Alrighty. I'm setting this down a fair bit because we want to do not like full glazing, but a little bit of sort of somewhere between glazing and layering, I think is what I'm looking for here. Sort of working towards the middle because the middle is where we want it to be brighter. Leaving our darker blue at the base. And then for these bits that are dangling out, we're just going to go up towards the top. And once again, leaving the darker blue or turquoise, whatever it is, at the base. Cool, let's have a look. There's my rubric. Go down. Go, comments. It's not showing up here either. What the hell? YouTube. Let me see the links. Why is it not even letting me see them? It says YouTube says that links are allowed on my channel in comments, but I can't see them. What the hell is this? Oh, what's going on? They seem to be blocking them too. I can't see them. Even if I go directly my rubric video. Not showing me those comments. Don't you start playing? It's gonna be annoying. Man, YouTube does not want you linking these to me. I think YouTube hates you personally. The only answer I have right now. Or me. Maybe YouTube hates me because it doesn't want me to see your stuff. Um. Okay, yep, I'll do that. 1 second, let me just finish this part. Oh, let's try that. Oops, what am I kicking? Shit under my desk. Image. Oh man. 171. Here we go. Alright, now, I reckon if I go. Um. Here we go. And I can share it. Let's have a. Oh. Oh, that looks really. Nice green metallic. So, did you do that with contrast to get the metallic green? That's cool. Really cool. I think that green looks great. That's awesome. Silver then waistone green. Oh, I like this. That's cool. Nah, we get distracted then. We're supposed to be looking at the thing. Even your angles look a bit sharp. Do you use gloss varnish or something? You use your phone to record these. I know because mine does the same thing, and I use my phone for recording. It does like the zoom in, zoom out thing as it turns. Mine does that, and it's a real pain in the butt when I'm trying to get good. Well, that's what I record with my phone. They look awesome, man. Really like the green. Makes my Australian heart proud. Alright, let's close that. Bugger off. There we go. Got the right team back. Yep. Cool. That was satin varnish. Ah, fair. I always. I don't know if you ever watched any of my dwarf videos, but I feel like for the cloth and that, obviously you want it to be like a matte varnish, right? But the silver and the metals, you want them to be a gloss varnish. So I was literally spraying them one of the varnishes, either the matte or gloss, and then like brushing on the other one, and it was so time consuming. Oh, I screwed that up. I need to stop rushing and take my time and be chill about it. Have you done any big things for your army, like MVP, Demon Prince, or anything like that, or is it just the rubrics and Zangors at the moment and sorcerers? Yeah, it's that's one of the things I like about Old World as well, right? Because it's a rank and file unit. So if you mess up one of those models, it doesn't matter. You just hide it at the back or in the middle, and no one's ever going to notice. That'd be cool. I keep going back and forth on whether I want to add knights or not. I sort of I'm more and more leaning towards just doing a lot of chaos. Like I have my Zinch demons, and then like which I want to do more on. I've got a few videos out, but I've never actually managed to find time to paint like a Lord of Change for my demons or anything like that. So I'd like to once I get my 1,000 suns to around 2,000 points, I'd like to start work on my demons again, and then I'd like to do some knights and that sort of thing. Just like yeah, tie them all together, do like a full Zinchian um, chaos gathering, I guess, because it'd be demons, knights, 1,000 suns. It'd just be cool. But saying that, I don't think I'd ever run a knights army. I'm not a fan of like stat check armies. I just find them boring. One of the reasons I enjoy Zinj armies so much is all the shenanigans and messing around you get to do. Really like feels like you're playing the game, like you're really involved in the game and your decision making matters. Whereas Knights, I sort of feel very much like you're just throwing big guys at someone, and either they have an answer or they don't. A Mastodon. What's a Mastodon? I know that. For some reason, I feel like that's um a Lizardmen thing, but that's is it? Is Mastodon from Lizardmen, or am I just high on paint fumes or something? I actually think this is coming out alright. It was something that I started the stream having no idea how I wanted to paint them. It's coming out okay. Obviously needs a fair few more layers. I'm going to do another layer of the marine mist here, I think, before we start going up. And then I might do a mix of white and marine mist. I don't have anything between them, and I don't necessarily want to jump straight to white. I need to stop rubbing this off of my hand when I'm handling it. Ah, Forge World. That'd be why I have no idea what it is. I literally never look at Forge World models. They're too intimidating, man. No, actually, I think it. Honestly, a big part of it is like, I've played 40k for years, but I've only sort of recently come back to it in 10th. But like back in the day, there was always like a stigma in my playgroups about Forge World models. Like, if you got a Forge World model, you were try hard or whatever. Which, now I'm older and whatever, I don't agree with that at all. But it's one of the reasons I've just never really looked at Forge World models. Um, that and I absolutely hate resin. Can't stand using resin. Resin is terrible. But it's weird how like something like that from 15 years ago can still sort of shape what I look at today. I still don't really bother looking at Forge World models because, well, the stigma around it from the group I played with 15 years ago. Sort of funny. Yeah, I agree. I don't like the Magnus model that much, if I'm being honest. I love his Heresy model. His Horus Heresy model looks great. But yeah, you can't really play Thousand Suns without Magnus at the moment. I've promised my mates that I won't add him until we're at 2,000 points. Because you definitely, the slow growth thing we're doing is friendly, right? It's mates doing it. So there's no world you want to add him under 1,000 points, and even 1,500, I feel like he's gonna be very hard to kill. So I'm definitely going to add him because I want to be able to use my 1,000 suns at tournaments or whatever. So I'm gonna need him if I want to not just sit at the bottom tables. But yeah, the casual games, I'm not adding him until 2,000. Just not fair to my mates. But I don't know. I don't do not like his model. He looks like Hellboy with wings. Like big, chunky. Looks like he's what's that? Oh, there's a genetic disease where like um your limbs and your hands and that just grow too big. He looks like he has that. Yeah, just not a fan of the model. And that's gonna I'm really gonna struggle with painting him because I'm not a fan of the model. Like the motivation to paint him is not gonna be there because it's just not a model I'm excited to use or paint. Oops. Oh, I didn't get everything on this earlier. Yeah, I get that. Like, and yeah, I don't know. And I don't think anyone that likes the model's wrong. Like, it's just a personal opinion, right? I'm just not a fan of the model. Um, but in saying that, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I could do a better model because I couldn't because I'm a scrub. Alright, I think that's looking good. I'm going to do another layer. I'm keen to see the Emperor's Children, the Noise Marines, and that. They were always my second favorite Chaos guys back in the day. Good old Slanesh. I think a big part of that was because my first ever army was Dark Elder, which obviously is very influenced by Slanesh. But yeah, I'm pretty keen for the Noise Marines. That'll look awesome. Not that way. Go this way. I bet. Like, Emperor's Children's been such a hard army to play for years because there's just been no support for it. It's a good chance I buy into Emperor's Children just because I just like them. I like their aesthetic. I like their story. I think, battling in a futuristic environment when you're using sonic weapons is just cool, though. I've never actually played Kill Team. I have a couple of Kill Teams, and I keep telling myself I should play it, but I have not. And it's funny because I actually think Kill Team's ideal for someone like me. Like, my friends and I, really struggle to put 3 hours aside to get a game of 40k in, where we but if we all played Kill Team, we could probably find an hour way easier. Are you just painting like all the Primarchs, Bryson? Is that the plan? Because that'd be cool. Just having a collection of Primarchs. Like, that's one of those you put it in a glass case and show off sort of thing. Don't you love when you just try something and you've got, like, you go into it with no plan and you just start trying it and it actually is working out? It's funny because, like, I feel like that's something that when you first start painting and you don't have a lot of experience, like, it's just not gonna, it'll hardly ever work out. Like, you're experimenting and messing around. As you get more experience and a better understanding, color theory and all that sort of thing, more and more it just starts working when it probably shouldn't because you come in with zero plan. But I'm actually quite happy with how that's coming out. So I do think. Where's my white? Yeah, I reckon I do a mix, right? I don't think it's a good idea to jump straight to the white. I think that's too much. I think we're going to do a mix here. I'm going to mute my mic while I do this so I don't blow out your drums. Sorry, guys. That didn't mute. Why didn't you mute? There we go. All mixed up. Let's add some more order to the palette. Yeah. I like that green that you're running, man. I think that looks awesome. My only thing would be, I think it would be hard to highlight. Like, how do you highlight that if you want to take it further? You'd almost have to highlight. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if you try it with the contrast method, where you do like a silver or gold and then contrast over it. But even then, contrast isn't great on bigger models. Like, and you definitely wouldn't get the same look, right? I don't think it'd be as metallic and shiny as what you've gotten. Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, highlight before adding the green. Definitely makes sense. Alrighty. Well, show to the camera so that future me, when I'm recording this video, editing this video, doesn't rage at myself when I'm trying to remember what paints I used. Once again, we're just sort of moving further up it. Could you maybe try thinning the waystone green down? Like use like a Lamia medium or contrast medium maybe? That might make it easier to flow across the bigger models. I'm just spitballing here. I don't know. I've never actually used the paint or the technical paint, so I'm just sort of throwing out ideas. I don't know what you've tried, but yeah. You give props to whoever like modelled this goo. It really does look disgusting. That's always good. I've like, yeah, I've been collecting for so long. I just have random like decades worth of a pile of shame. So always models to test on. Another thing you could try is, I believe, the Army Painter Fanatic range has like coloured metallics now, like red, blue, green. You could try one of them and see if it's close to, like, try their green. See if that's maybe close to what you're looking for. Might make it a whole lot easier on you. Let's do another coat only towards the very end. And then I think we do the white. And we'll be done with the gooey saliva stuff. Yeah, I mean, you got still have Zengors and everything to finish, so you got a while before you have to worry about it. Doesn't hurt to think about it though. I need it. I've rubbed off paint off of that part so many times now. I keep hitting it while I'm handling it. What are you doing, sweetie? You gonna chill? My dog is under the desk being... Well, one of my dogs is under the desk being weird. Oh. I really need to be more careful when I'm handling this. So, next is white, and since I still have some more palette, I'm just going to steal it and put it over here. Alrighty, now just for the very ends of stuff and the very middle for... bugger. I haven't tried their coloured metallics yet. I've got a lot of their metallics, and I'm a fan of them. I haven't tried any of their coloured yet. shame it doesn't match for you. That would have been a real simple solution. Yeah, and I think that's where you're gonna have like struggle, right? Finding a gem green. Probably gonna have to mix something. Like, it's a very nice green, but finding a way to do that on bigger models is just gonna be tough. Did I really just splatter? Oops, and now I'm rubbing that off when I'm trying to rub off. I've managed to splatter paint while I've been doing this because I've not been careful enough. Means I'm gonna have to come through and tidy that up, which is really annoying. And not a mistake I should make, because that's such a stupid mistake. It's a really easy one not to make too. Just like, be gentler. How annoying. You see that on camera? Like along here I've splattered paint. I don't know if you can see that very well. Oh yeah, you can. Splattered paint along there. How stupid is that? Oh, brain dead. But whatever. And I've managed to get paint there. Oh, wow, this is going to need a lot of touching up. How bad am I at this painting business? But that is the right way. It does look decent. I like it. Looking good. He's starting to come along nicely. Do I touch that up now? Or do I leave it? I probably should, because otherwise I'll forget about it. Alright, let's just do some touching up here. Fix my stupidity. So what do I need? Guardian green and green skin. Gonna mute my mic quickly while I do my paint mixing. Alrighty, time to waste time touching stuff up that shouldn't be messed up. I'm bad at this painting thing. Alright, let's start with the darker first. I need angel green too. Green and purple is a great combo. I don't know if you saw my streamer video. I did green and red for my streamer video. But yeah, green and purple, great combo. So I think the MVP is going to stand out great, like amongst my purple rubrics. Do I have anything in here? I got one that I'm working on. Obviously, that's not finished, but like, I think they're just going to stand out really cool next to each other on the table. It'll be great. And it's a good way to inject some color, like a different color in. So like I'm in my 1,000 points. I'm also running a Demon Prince, and that's going to be like a. I'm thinking doing like pale skin, to help him stand out. Because yeah, I think giving him a nice pale skin, he'll stand out well as well. You want your big guys to stand out nicely, right? Like, obviously, I want to steer away from red because Magnus will be red. But yeah, if I do another, oops, that's not on camera. Sorry, guys. If I do another MVB or a second Demon Prince, I think I'll go a blue. And yeah, it just adds more variety to your army. It's a great. In my experience as well, is it's a great way to catch people's eyes for when you're like playing in an event in the running for best painted. Having more color, but like color that makes sense, right? You don't want just random ass colors on your army. But if there's lots of color on your army and it makes sense, it catches people's attention and gives you a much better chance to take the best painted. Some of this I'll have to come back with a lighter paint and fix the highlighting, but at the moment I'm just trying to get rid of these damn spots. Speaking of that, there's a 1,000 point event in January that I'm looking to take hoping my 1,000 Suns will be ready for. See if I can win a best painted with them. I've won a best painted with all my armies so far. I'd be pretty disappointed if I can't win one with my 1,000 Suns. I've put way more time into them than my other armies that have won in the last couple of years. Thanks, man. I always say like I'm not a great player, so when I'm going to events, the only real reason I'm going is to see if I can win best painted. I mean, I say that, but the last event I played in, I did come second, but that was, I think, just luck more than anything. So I only play in small events, so they're only like 3 games, right? So your matchups really, really have a pretty big impact on how well you do. I didn't end up in that particular event. I didn't face any of the like top guys, and I got lucky. Where else I need to fix? There was more spots I need to fix up the highlighting. better. Still some on the pink. I'm gonna leave touching up the pink for now. Mostly because I'm not 100% sure I'm happy with it. The pinkish purple. And I think I might want to take it lighter, brighter. So I'm going to leave that. There's no point touching it up if I'm going to be repainting it. So I'll leave that for now. How is the battery on my phone looking? Yeah, we can keep going for a while. What do we work on next? I mean, it's just the horns left, right? The horns and the part on the back, but I still have no idea what I'm doing the part on the back. Alrighty. Well, don't fall into my palette, buddy. No, I did the last of the highlights on the body off stream, Arena, unfortunately. But obviously you'll see that when I do the do my video, which will hopefully be out before Christmas, but I honestly can't guarantee that because it's so crazy this time of year. I gotta chill with my handling here. But yeah, so no, I did record it, but I didn't stream the last of the highlights for the body. Mostly because I was having internet issues when I was doing it, so I was just like, oh well. Cheers, I am definitely pretty happy with how it's coming along. I actually played a game last weekend with a mate, and seeing it on the table was really cool. I was really happy with how it's coming along. Alright, let's keep working on the horns, shall we? Or start working on the horns. So I started with oak brown, and we're going to go up to finish it like a pale sand, probably. But '07's in chat. What did I do wrong? Muting mic so I don't deafen people. Alrighty, so we're going to start with some more water in my palette, just to be sure. Because I'm not looking forward to, I think it's tomorrow is 42, or Sunday's 42. One of those days, and it's going to be horrible. And there's no way I'm keeping my paint dry. Wet, sorry. Keeping it dry will be fine. I'm going to change brushes too. Go to a bigger brush. We'll go to my size 2. Alrighty, let's water it down a bit. Now this is a pretty big jump, but that's intentional. I plan on the jump between the jump for each step on these, the horns and claws and stuff are going to be pretty big. Just because I think it looks good with them. So obviously going to need a couple of layers, and that's fine. I'm doing the same thing I normally do, just going to work in sections. So work on the hand first, and then we'll move down the arm, so on and so forth. out, let go. And I will try to keep it on camera as best I can. And even in focus. Because what's the point in watching it if it's not on camera or in focus, right? Paint's already starting to dry out. Now it looks pretty dodgy right now, but trust me, once we get further, it does start to look better. And if it doesn't, you guys can all mock me hilariously in chat or on my video when it's posted. Because I'm doing this publicly and I deserve it if I screw it up. Painting this guy reminds me of painting Dark Elder. So many blacky bits and sharp bits that are stabbing into me. What's on your hobby table at the moment, Arona? Been chatting to Mole Man about his Zangors that he's working on, and actually had a look at some of them on stream earlier. So if you rewatch the VOD later, you'll be able to check out his stuff. It's pretty cool. But what are you working on? Now this knuckle bit I'm leaving, because I sort of any of the knuckles, so like even on his hoofs, I'm leaving that stuff because I'm thinking about leaving it dark, maybe going closer to a black for it. Ooh, the Dwarf Lord Shield Bearers. It's a fun model, but I struggled with it because I messed around with it and magnetized it, and I wasn't overly happy with how that came out because I was rushing. But it is a cool model and a fun model. But yeah, when I messed it up, it sort of hurt my motivation a bit for painting it, and the fact that I was rushing it and just it wasn't great. But that's got nothing to do with the model itself. more to do with me and always agreeing to play in events when I don't have enough time to get shit finished. $1,001 soul stones. That's a lot of soul stones. Is that what you're painting, Francis? What are you working on? Actually, I think you was it you that was saying that to me last time, Aruna? Doing it in a diorama, like in a previous stream or something. I feel like someone was talking to me about that, and it might have been you. And I'm just bad at memory, bad at remembering. But that would be cool. I have my Grimbrindle model ready. He's set up to be magnetized to go onto my shield bearers. I think it's an awesome idea, and something I definitely plan on doing too. Oh, you're painting Elder. Yeah. Those soul stones are wild. Especially if you do them all as like the gems, so it's like 4 different colours or whatever. Yeah, I do not pity you if that's what you're working on right now, mate. That sort of like monotonous, highly repetitive detail is one of the things about painting that can be really frustrating. Um, I find I only really get frustrated with it if it's like across an entire army. Like so, doing these horns and spikes on this guy, I don't find that frustrating because it's the only model I'm doing it on. But if I had to do this sort of thing across the entire army, it'd get annoying, right? And yeah, I feel like the soul stones on Elder are one of those. Yeah, I don't remember Aruna. It might have been you. That's cool. That's cool, my man. Maybe Moleman's thousand sons of the arch enemies of Francis. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. Sorry, mate. But of his elder, you're stealing all his soul stones. Oh yeah, yeah, that's cool. We are actually talking. Was talking to Mole Man about the colored metal earlier. Because his thousand sons are like a gem green. That's cool. Um, yeah, give it a shot, Francois. Francois. Okay, cool. Sorry, mate. I'll hopefully be getting that right in the future. Francois. Yeah, give it a shot. Let me know how it turns out. I'd be keen to see it. I think. What section am I working on next? Let's do the chest. We'll do this part. Okay. Once again, it would help if I would keep it on camera and in focus, wouldn't it? Way easier for you guys to see Spirit Stone. Alright, so Mole Man's using Spirit Stone Red for his. Francois, are you using Spirit Stone Red for yours? Because I think we might be onto something here. Mole Man's rubrics have been stealing your Elder, your Craft World's Soulstones. What model's that, Arena? Is it just me, or are these ones like around this part of his body? Like these ones here look like their teeth. Like, this just looks weird. Tahitian black pearls. That sounds like they would look awesome. Yeah, that sounds like that's an investment that you don't want to mess up. Take your time on that one. Are you doing like a diorama or something for it as well, or? That'd be cool. You'll have to share the diorama with us when it's finished, Arena. How far into your army are you, Francois? Have you? Is it just a new project you're starting, or have you got some of it tabletop ready? Or yeah. Wasn't my inspiration, but I think I could see that. Yeah. Hopefully, he will be as terrifying as Godzilla when he's on the table and win me games. You watery. 10 to 12k new inbox. That is a massive pile of shame. Like, but good to see you working through it. 1000's good. Like, I always feel like 1000's the first like step on building your army. Once you've got 1000, you can start having good games. Well, yeah, 10 to 12,000 new inbox. That's insane. Yeah, yeah, I bet the Ironbreaker trim not fun. I'm actually working on another lot of rubrics at the moment, so I feel your pain on the trim. Inflation, deflation. I'm gonna start using that anytime someone comments on my pile of shame. Nope, it's my inflation deflection. I like it. I think it's one of the things though, right? Like, if you've been in the hobby for a long time, you're just always going to end up with models that were meant for projects or whatever that you don't get around to. I actually don't know how many tubs of models I have sitting at my mum's in a garage, which are just things that either A, I never got to, or B, I did, and now they're just sitting there in a tub, never to be used again. One day I should actually maybe go there and go through. I feel like I've got a lot of like old Warhammer Fantasy Dwarfs that I could be using. But then that would ruin my excuse to buy new ones, right? Once again, I think I'm gonna leave the hoof for later once I decide what I'm doing for that. I mean, teaching sorcerer to all psykers they find is sorcery to all psykers they find is a noble goal, and I won't let the Emperor say otherwise. Just because he's scared of a little bit of psychic feedback doesn't mean everyone should be. I really should be using a smaller brush for this part, but let's just pretend I have enough brush control that I'm not going to make a mistake. What's going on here? Why am I getting an error telling me YouTube's not responding? What's going on? Are you working here or what? That's weird. We still connected, guys? I just got a weird error then. I don't know if I'm still streaming. Am I still streaming? Gone? We good? Oh, good. Cool. I don't know what that was, but YouTube just gave me a weird error. Mic feedback. My bad. I don't know if it's mic feedback or if it's my chair squeaking, to be honest. My chair likes to squeak a lot. But hopefully... I also do have my mic closer than I normally do, so that could be a problem. YouTube being YouTube, yeah, pretty much. You'd think they'd make sure our streams stay up and no issues, right? They want people producing content, so more people stay on their platform. Make it easier for us, guys. There's a buzz. Oh, that might be my fan. I wonder if that's air, the fan, so wind hitting it. Let me try turning my fan off 1 second. Hopefully that was the buzz and maybe it's okay now. If not, it's my computer because it's being loud. And probably not much I can do about that. You don't want me turning my computer off because then the stream won't be happening at all. Still there? Must be my computer then. I'm sorry, not much I can do about that, unfortunately. No, I haven't, Aruna. I actually don't use a lot of technical paints. Why is there a bug? For whatever reason, I'm always hesitant to use them. But I have heard good things about it. I've got a mate that's used the snow one, although I think they used Vallejo snow, not necessarily Games Workshop. You know what? Now that my fan's off, I can hear the buzzing from my computer. I'm pretty sure it's my computer. AK basing is good as well. I think AK is what I used for my Votan. Have it around here somewhere. I could check it, but I could be mixing up Vallejo and AK. AK is good. So maybe that's what I was thinking of. I'm pretty sure Vallejo does texture too. Hang on, let me just finish doing this part on his tail and then I'll check. I have a few different things here, whether it's Vallejo or AK or... So that's Vallejo Earth texture. That's what I used on my Votan jungle bases. Yeah, so it is Vallejo that I was thinking of. One texture paint style that I've always wanted to get to work is like the crackle texture stuff, the stuff that's supposed to crackle and leave whatever you've shown under it showing, but I've never been able to get it to work. I don't know anyone who has without like way too much effort. That's why for like my my Thousand Sun bases, I just basically made the crackle stuff manually with cork. Yeah, check it out. I'd imagine any store, well, I would assume any store that stocks Vallejo will have their texture paints, you'd assume. Well, man, you remember earlier when I was saying I was sure there was the gooey saliva stuff on his tail? There is. It's here, though. I was looking up here. I'm going to have to fix that later. Bugger it. How annoying. Oh, yeah, 100%. They come in way bigger tubs than GW. So if you're doing like bases for a full army or something, it's definitely better to go Vallejo or AK, in my opinion. I am pretty sure that the reason GW stays with tubs while all the others use bottles, or the pots, sorry, is so we spill more often. So we have to buy more. So my solution to pots tipping is a sponge that I cut a square out of, and then I put my pots in there so they don't tip. Because now it won't tip over. It's not going to tip over in the sponge. You're probably right, Francois. They're so obsessed with patenting everything that I actually would believe that. Try the sponge, Arena. Trust me, it works. It's cheap, it's effective, and it saves you spilling paints. Most of the part, anyway. Put a bit more Tomb King tan on my palette. I've not heard anything about Vallejo's facility being on strike, but that doesn't mean a whole lot because I haven't been paying much attention to hobby news the last month or so. Because unfortunately, real life keeps getting in the way. And it's really quite rude. All I want to do is paint and play with my toy soldiers. And stupid adult responsibilities keep getting in the way. It's always the way. We spend so much on our hobbies and then just don't get enough time to actually work on them. I was saying earlier that, like, I think I've put out one video in 2 months just because everything's been crazy. Like, there's so much that's been going on that I've been having to deal with. And it's really annoying because up until 2 months ago, 3 months ago maybe, I was putting out a video a week, right? And I consistently, I hadn't missed a week since I started doing videos. And then, yeah, suddenly, I can't get a video out to save my life. It's one of the reasons I've started streaming. At least I'm still getting some sort of content out there. Obviously, it's nowhere near as good as a full video guide, but at least there's something that I'm putting out there. YouTube remembers I exist, and it's good chance to chat to people. Like, it's really quite cool sitting here painting and chatting to you guys, sort of thing. I get to hear about what other people are painting in their armies and your armies and all that sort of thing. It's cool. So even once I do, like, once things calm down and I'm able to put more videos out again, I think I'm going to still keep trying to stream reasonably regularly. Yeah, so I think streams are great for chatting to you guys, right? Talking to you, hanging out, um, just that overall interaction. I think the edited videos are better for getting more subscribers, getting my channel out there more. My rubric video is a really good one, right? That's got most of my views. Well, not most of my views, but that's the highest viewed video on my channel, and it still regularly gets views from being searched. Whereas my streams, once they're not live, I get, I might get another 100 views on them at most, and that'll pretty much all be from people that are already subscribed, which is great. And I'm happy that people are, coming back and watching my stuff, like my subscribers are. It means I'm doing something right, but it's not good for growing the channel. So I think long term, I'd like to do a mix of both. Stream more often so I can hang out and chat with you guys. But get back to doing videos consistently to help grow the channel. And then if I keep growing the channel, maybe there'll be more people to hang out and chat. That'll be cool too. Funny enough, streams are a whole lot less work too. Streams, it's like I just get everything set, click the go live button, start painting and hang out and talk. What's wrong, puppy? What do you want? You got food. I checked your food before I started streaming. I know you got food. When you go lay down. You're not going to convince me you're hungry. I know you've got food. But yeah, like... Yeah, So the main reason I started the channel was because I have interstate mates that have recently got into the hobby and asking me painting advice and that. And it's really hard to, over the phone or through chat, be like, try this without being able to show them anything. So I started the channel initially thinking that it'd just be those guys watching it, but then I could be like, oh, if they ask me something, it's like, oh, I did that in this video, go check that video out. But then I kept getting more views and more subscribers than that, and it's kept growing. So I'm like, oh, well, maybe I can grow this into something fun. Even if it gets to the point where I occasionally it pays for a model kit or some paints for me or something. That's pretty cool, right? Plus it's just fun sharing a hobby you love with other people. Like, even if my channel never grows more to, then I get to sit on stream once a week, once a fortnight or whatever, and just chat to people while I paint. I feel like that's already getting a lot out of it. It's pretty cool. But hey, we can all dream, and it would be nice if my channel grew to be a bit more and occasionally paid for models for me. Because this hobby's damn expensive. Cheers, man. And the support's great too. I love jumping onto stream, or even when I put a new video up, and just there's a lot of people in the hobby that just have kind words and take the time to drop a comment, or as you guys are doing, come hang out and chat and sort of encourage and support the channel, and it really makes it easier to keep going and keep the motivation to keep working on it. Just knowing that people are enjoying the content's helping them with their own armies, all that sort of fun stuff. It's good. I would like to get the MVP finished and the video out for it before Christmas though. I do have some more paint sets here. Like my last video I did using the Stormcast paint set. I've got some other paint sets here, so I could do something like that and knock out a video in a couple of days. But I don't want to keep doing low quality videos. I would really like to do, the MVP or something like that, a big video, a good video. But if I don't get this finished in the next week or so, I might just knock out another paint set video. just to make sure I'm getting content out there and people don't forget that I exist. And YouTube doesn't forget that I exist. Guess we'll see. Because really, the MVB's not that far away from being done, right? For the body and the... Not that that's really a head, but the head part. It's just the horns and stuff left. And then it's just his... the weird energy ball thing. And he'll be finished. The problem is, I still have no idea what I'm doing for the weird energy ball. Actually, that's a pretty good point. That's not something I even thought of. Yeah, it could be really good for people getting the paint sets at Christmas. Maybe I'll do that because I have So my plan is, I did the Stormcast one, and I also have the Skaven one. I was going to do the 40k ones, but my local store didn't have them, so I grabbed the AOS ones instead. But then I also grabbed the bigger AOS Games Workshop one, and I grabbed the Army Painter one. So my plan is do the Stormcast one, which I've done, do the Skaven one, and then do models from both the Skaven and the Stormcast with like the Army Painter one, and then the bigger Games Workshop one, and be like, you know, this is what you can do with the smaller ones, and then when you got the bigger ones and some better brushes, because I also bought an Army Painter brush set to use for the video. So yeah, I think I hadn't thought about, you know, the Christmas market side of it, how people will be getting it for Christmas. So maybe I'll try and knock out those videos. That's definitely, yeah. You definitely made me rethink that, and I appreciate that. Thank you. And then maybe the MVB will be my big video for the start of the new year. Assuming I get it done, which I sort of have to, but... Yeah, and that was my thought with the Stormcast one too, right? The Stormcast and the Skaven were the starter box. But yeah, I think you're right. I think I should knock those videos out. The problem is using the brush that comes with it. Oh, the headache. I'm way too spoiled with the brushes I normally use. And then to go to the brush that comes with the set, oh, it almost made me rage quit. That's one of the reasons I bought brushes for the bigger boxes, because I'm like, it just makes sense, right? If you're buying more paints, you'd think you at the point where you're ready to invest in better brushes as well. And while they're still not like my artist opus brushes, they're better. And hopefully I won't want to tear my hair out. Where do I start with you? Maybe just before this. Go all the way. Another thought is, something I hadn't considered before is, but if I do like the starter box sets, maybe I talk to my local store and get them, see if they want to share those videos on their Facebook page as like, you know, did you get this for Christmas? Learn how to use it. That was way too watered down. That could help me get some more exposure to. Spend enough money in there, maybe that'll be convince them to share it. Let's bring that. And of course, fixing handling errors because I'm constantly handling shit wrong. Even wearing the gloves, I keep messing it up. I'm gonna need a smaller brush for these. I'll have to check that out. So it's funny, right? I think I mentioned it in the Stormcast video, but like I started in the hobby 20 years ago, 25 years ago, right? And the brushes we had back then are absolutely atrocious compared to what even the brush that comes in the set. And it's like I'm just so spoiled now that I'm so like, you know, I'm using Artis Opus brushes here, right? They're top of the line brushes, and then going back to a brush that is objectively a way better brush than what I used to use. It's still, I can't handle it and it drives me nuts. But yeah, I might have to look at craft store ones. Because yeah, I have. Where is it? I just have that set ready for that I'll use. I was gonna get the Vallejo set because I personally have Vallejo synthetic brushes that I normally use, but they were sold out at the time. So and the Vallejo set's cheaper as well, so I just grabbed the Army Painter set instead. Although maybe I might have to, next time I'm in there, I might have to double check, see if they've got the Vallejo ones back in stock, just because they are cheaper, so I feel like it's a better recommendation for new people. I'm certainly not going to recommend they go out and get Artis Opus brushes or something. Because as much as I love my Artis Opus brushes, most people aren't interested in spending $200 or whatever it was that I paid. It might be more than that by the time it was changed to Australian dollars. It's a bit too watery, but whatever. Constant fight against my paint drying out, so I water it down too much, and then it's too bloody watery when I use it, and then it dries out in 30 seconds again anyway on my damn palette. Stupid Australian weather. I have not. I played Space Marine 1. I enjoyed that a fair bit. Space Marine 2 is on my list of things to play. And I would like to, but at the moment I'm actually playing Path of Exile. Most of my gaming time's going towards Path of Exile 2. And by most of it I mean I've gotten a few hours into it. I just got to Act 2 earlier today. Have you played it, Moment? What's did you play Space Marine 1? What's 2 like? They like it looks very similar from the gameplay footage I've seen. Oh, I'm making brush control mistakes. Might be time to take a break shortly, guys. Starting to lose my brush control a little bit. But we'll finish doing these at least. I've played Total War Warhammer 1 and 2. I have 3. I haven't played it yet. I am a big fan of Total War Warhammer and have put a lot of hours into it. Funny enough, and I'm sure it'll come as a shock, but I've pretty much exclusively played dwarves in it and not anything else. I really should try out some of the other armies, but the other armies just aren't dwarves. Yeah, and I've seen the gameplay footage of Thousand Suns and they look cool. Yeah, let's say I own Total War 3 Warhammer, Total War Warhammer 3, and 100% want to try it, but it's just finding the time, right? Always the struggle. I actually saw a meme on Reddit the other day where it's like two kids telling horror stories, and one of them was like, "When you're an adult, you can afford to buy any game you want, but you'll never get to play it." And it's like, yep, that sums up being an adult. Remember when like we were kids and we wanted all these new fun toys or computer games or whatever, but we could never get them? Now we can get them all, but we never get to play with them. How are we looking? Alright, so my phone is at like 30% charge and I'm starting to have brush control issues. So I do think I'm going to start packing up and call it there for the night. But made some good progress. I'm happy with how he's coming along. Ow. There's a slim chance that I might get on and do a stream tomorrow during the day. I don't know if I will. I've got my work Christmas party tomorrow. I'd really like to get on and paint. But I'm going to try stream if I'm painting the MVP. Because, yeah, I've streamed most of it now. So it would be cool to keep streaming it. But I'm not sure if I'll be able to or not. But either way, thank you guys for hanging out. Really appreciate it, especially hanging out and chatting. Giving me some people to talk to is awesome. I really do appreciate that. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next stream, guys. Thanks for hanging.